What's up, football fans? Welcome back to the channel where we break down the biggest NFL stories and the craziest game moments you might have missed. And trust me, this one right here, it's wild, it's messy for the Kansas City Chiefs. And it was also the kind of drama that had fans debating online. Friday night, under the bright lights at Arena Corinthians in São Paulo, Brazil, the NFL gave us a true international showcase. The defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs going toe-to-toe with their AFC West rival, the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, from the jump, this game had a weird vibe. The Chiefs looked a little out of rhythm. The Chargers came out swinging, and the energy in the stadium was electric. But the biggest headline of the night didn't come from Patrick Mahomes' arm Justin Herbert's laser throws, or even a jaw-dropping catch. No, the spotlight fell on an altercation between Chargers defensive tackle Teair Tart and Chiefs superstar tight end Travis Kelce. And here's the headline: Teair Tart slapped Travis Kelce. Yeah, you heard that right. An open hand slap across the front of Kelce's helmet. And the moment, it instantly went viral. Social media exploded. Fans, analysts, and even players were chiming in with their takes. But before we jump into the fallout, let's break down exactly how it all went down. The play that started it all. We're in the third quarter. Chargers up 13-6, and the Chiefs are desperately trying to find some offensive rhythm. Patrick Mahomes hands the ball off to Kareem Hunt, who fights forward for a short 2-yard gain. Nothing flashy, nothing memorable, just a standard football play. But after the whistle, that's when everything changed. Travis Kelce and Teair Tart get tangled up in some post-play shoving. Nothing unusual. This kind of stuff happens in the trenches every single snap. Kelce, one of the most physical tight ends in the league, has built his career on mixing it up with big defensive linemen. And Tart, his entire job is to disrupt, agitate, and get under people's skin. But this time, it boiled over. Tart pulled back and slapped Kelce right across the helmet. Not a punch, not a shove. A full-on, open-hand slap. Right to the dome. The referees didn't hesitate. Out came the yellow flag. 15 yards for unnecessary roughness on Tart. And this is where things get interesting. Because a lot of fans watching at home were thinking the same thing. Wait a second, shouldn't that be an ejection? Former NFL referee Terry McAuliffe, who was working as a rules analyst on the international broadcast, gave some clarity. He explained that the ruling comes down to intent and execution. If Tart had thrown a closed fist punch, he's gone. That's an automatic disqualification. But because it was an open hand slap, officials considered it excessive but not ejectable. Now, you can imagine how that sat with fans. Some said, fair enough, rules are rules. Others argued, a slap is still violence. Why should that be treated any lighter than a punch? It's one of those weird NFL rulebook gray areas that always sparks heated debate. And here's the kicker. The penalty wasn't just about pride or optics. It directly changed the momentum of the game. That 15-yard flag moved Kansas City deep into scoring position at the Chargers' 11-yard line. And on the very next play, Patrick Mahomes did what he does best. He took the snap, scanned the field, saw a lane, and tucked it. 11 yards later, he was in the end zone with a rushing touchdown. Just like that, the Chiefs cut the lead to 1. It was 13-12, and the entire stadium, especially the Chiefs fans who made the trip to Brazil, was on fire. Momentum had shifted. But then, heartbreak. Kicker Harrison Butker missed the extra point. Instead of tying it, the Chiefs stayed behind by 1, and you could just feel the air get sucked out of their sideline. But here's the thing. This wasn't Kelce's only rough moment of the night. Earlier in the game, he had already taken a huge hit when he collided with his own teammate, rookie wide receiver Xavier Worthy. Both players crumbled to the turf, and for a few seconds, you could hear a collective gasp ripple through the stadium. Chiefs Kingdom held its breath. Kelce, being the warrior he is, shook it off and stayed in. And later, he reminded everyone exactly why he's still one of the greatest tight ends of all time. In the fourth quarter, Mahomes dropped back and launched a deep ball down the sideline. Kelce adjusted, made the grab, and boom, a 37-yard touchdown. Vintage Kelce. And of course, the celebration didn't disappoint. He threw up bull horns, scraping his foot like he was ready to charge, and then broke into a synchronized dance with Tyquan Thornton and Juju Smith-Schuster. Even Mahomes jumped in. Classic Chiefs energy. But here's the painful truth for Kansas City. It wasn't enough. Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense responded like champs. They marched right back down the field and punched in a touchdown of their own, silencing any thoughts of a Chiefs comeback. Kansas City added a late field goal. But when the final whistle blew, it was Chargers 27, Chiefs 21. For the Chargers, this wasn't just a win. It was a statement. A statement that they can go toe-to-toe with the best, even on an international stage. For the Chiefs, it was a wake-up call. Mistakes, whether it was Tart's slap, Butker's missed kick, or those sloppy collisions, proved costly. So let's step back and look at the bigger picture. For the Chargers, this victory is a momentum builder. You beat the defending champs in front of a global audience. That's the kind of game that can define your season. For Teair Tart, though, he's walking away lucky. That slap could have changed the entire game. If Butker hits that extra point, we might be talking about a Chiefs comeback instead of a Chargers statement win. For the Chiefs, the message is clear. You can't afford to beat yourself. The Mahomes to Kelce connection is still as deadly as ever, but the supporting cast and special teams miscues continue to raise questions. So what do you think? Was Teair Tart's slap just part of football? Heat of the moment. Let the guys play. Or should the NFL crack down harder on incidents like this, even if it's an open hand instead of a fist? And for the Chiefs fans out there, are you worried about this loss? Or do you chalk it up to one rough night in Brazil? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown. And make sure to subscribe to Snap Zone for more NFL highlights, drama news, and deep dives every single week. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.